Good morning, students. So in this class we are going to see about ECG recorder. So the building blocks of an ECG recorder are shown in figure. So here a patient, so the electrode right arm and left arm electrodes is placed, and reference electrode is always act as a reference electrode, and left leg electrode is placed. So all the electrodes input will be given to the defibrillator production circuit. So the electrode is placed on the surface of the body. So the biosignal which is taken from our body is very low signal. So which is to be amplified by the preamplifier, that is bioamplifier. So here all the inputs are given to the defibrillator production circuit. So again the defibrillator production circuit will be given to the lead selector logic. And calibration circuit which is used to calibrate the lead selection logic. So that will be given to the preamplifier. So preamplifier is nothing but bioamplifier, differential amplifier, isolation amplifier, chopper amplifier, so whatever may be. So any bioamplifier we can use in that ECG recorder. So the output of the preamplifier will be given to the power amplifier. So here power amplifier is a class C amplifier. So it has high gain, high efficiency. Class C amplifier has a high gain and high efficiency. So that will be given to the output display unit and RC feedback network. So if you want to record the patient condition, means you can record the patient condition using display unit. So the connecting wires for the patient electrodes originates at the end of the patient cable. So other end which plug into the ECG recorder. The wires from the electrode connect to the lead selector switch, which also incorporates the resistor necessary for the unipolar leads. So changing the setting of the lead selector switch introduces an antiphase on the record trace. From the lead selector switch, the ECG signal goes to the preamplifier, a differential amplifier with the high common mode ejection ratio. So it is AC coupled to avoid problems with a small DC voltage that may originate from polarization of the electrode. So the preamplifier also provides a switch to set the sensitivity or gain. So here the preamplifier is followed by the DC amplifier called the pen amplifier, which provides the power to drive the pen motor that records the actual ECG trace. So a position control or a pen amplifier make it possible to center off the pen on the recording paper. So the next is electroencephalogram. That is EEG. So the next recording. So electroencephalogram records the bioelectric potential is generated by the neuron activity of the brain. A typical waveform of EEG wave is shown in figure. So first one is beta, that is awake with mental activity. So this wave is generated when the patient is awake stage. Next, awake and resting, alpha wave 8 to 13 Hz. A patient is an awake and resting state. Next, a patient is sleeping state, means third one, that is theta. Next, deep sleep means delta, so the frequency range is 3 to 5 hertz. So these are the typical sample of EEG waveform is shown in figure. So an alert wide awake person usually displays an unsynchronized high frequency EEG. So a drowsy person, particularly when those eyes are closed, often produces a large amount of rhythmic activity in the range 8 to 13 Hz. As the person begins to fall asleep, the amplitude and frequency of the waveform decreases. In light sleep, a large amplitude low frequency waveform emerge. Deeper sleep generally results in even slower and higher amplitude waves. And rapid eye movement, that is REM sleep, so which is associated with the high frequency EEG, a large amount of rapid eye movement beneath to closed eyelids. The various frequency ranges of the EEG. So delta, theta, alpha, beta. So below 3 and of hertz delta waveform, from 3 to 8 theta waveform, from 8 Hz to 30 Hz alpha waveform, and above 30 Hz beta waveform. So this evoked response, this is a measure of the disturbance in the EEG pattern that results from external stimuli such as a flash of light or a click of sound. Since these disturbances response are quite repeatable form, one flash or click to the next, the evoked response can be distinguished from the remainder of EEG activity and from the noise by averaging techniques. So this is EEG measurement system. So this is EEG lead system. Left head side view. This is so eye orbit and left ear lobe and nasion and inion. These are the position which is placed the electrode in the patient head. So International Federation of EEG Society has suggested 10 to 20 electrode placement system for EEG recording. So for that, silver chloride electrodes are used as surface electrode in this setup. On the slab, distance between two electrodes are given as 10% and 20% of the distance between specified points. Nasion and inion are the two reference points near the ear lobes of the human. So over the head, the disturbance between nasion and inion are divided into 5 points. So nasion inion distance via the vertex is measured and 3 electrodes are placed, one in frontal and one in central and one in parietal. So these electrodes are placed at a distance 10%, 20%, 20%, 20%, again 20% and 10% of this length. So now similarly nasion inion distance is measured along the temporal lobes and 5 electrodes are placed as 2 in frontal, 2 in temporal and 1 in occipital lobes respectively. So they are also placed at a distance of 10%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20% and 10% of this length of either side. So lastly, on the peripheries of this circle, remaining 6 electrodes are fixed at 2 in frontal, 2 in central and 2 in parietal. So in the setup, totally 19 electrodes are placed on the brain slab. On one electrode acts as a reference is placed at the ear lobe. So this is popularly known as 10 to 20 EEG system. So this is a 10 to 20 EEG measurement system. So left ear, right ear and Nasion Indian. So F for frontal and T for temporal and P for parietal and C for central lobes. So these are the lobes. We have a 4 lobes already specified. So this points mention the lobes and distance. So thank you.